You guys, Ryan here, and today I will be showing you how you can build roofs for 2x2 and 4x4 towers. Let's do this. Alright, so as you can see right here, we have the main steps in creating one of these roofs. The first step is just creating the basic shape, and in the second step we add blocks so it looks like our roof is sloped. And also, if you're building this roof out of materials that have walls or fences, I will also be showing you how you can add just a little bit more detail with these. Anyways, we're gonna start with our 2x2 tower right here. The first thing you want to do is add a little bit of a rim going all around it. This gives a little bit more depth, and it also just looks a little bit better than if we were to start right on top of the tower. So once you've done that, the next thing you want to do is go up by 2 blocks all the way around. Basically what we're doing here is making this shape right over here. So this shape right here is exactly the same as the tower shape. So this one is just sitting right on top of the walls of our tower. Next we're gonna go in by 1 more block, and we're gonna raise this up to 4 blocks. Just like that. Next we want to transform it from this into a roof that actually looks good. So the first thing you want to do is go to these corners and raise it by 1 block. Once you've done that, you go to these 2 blocks right here, and on the right one you place 2 blocks going up like that, and again going all the way around, making sure that it's on the second block. You can also do it on the first block, but then you have to be consistent all around and just make sure you do the same on all sides. And we're actually almost done already. What you want to do now is place 3 blocks going up like that, and diagonally you want to place 4 blocks. And there we go, that is our first roof done. Now if you are using, for example, stone bricks or any wood block, then you can also make use of fences and walls to give it a little bit more shape. Now if you're making any of these roofs, I would strongly recommend having blocks that have clear vertical lines going down. So for example, what I've done here, this one actually looks the best. It's polished basalt. You can also use any of the stripped wood variants or maybe even bone blocks. But I don't think a white roof would look good. Anyways, let's now add in the details. I will be using just dark oak fences and slabs so you can clearly see where I am adding them. So you can grab some slabs and go to the rim we have right here, the overhang of the roof, and you want to go into these corners where you're looking at the build diagonally and just place 2 of them right here. Next we're gonna bring out the dark oak fences. On these 2 blocks right here you want to place 1 there and 2 over here, and do that all the way around. The next part is pretty easy. Basically on all 3 of those blocks you want to place a fence or a wall, and again do that all the way around. And then on these 2 right here, which are diagonally from each other, you can place 2 of these fences instead of 1. And on the very top you can place 1 over here and 2 over here. Now this roof doesn't look good because of course I'm using basalt and dark oak fences, but this right here is an example of what a wooden roof would look like. Anyways, that is a 2x2 tower done. At the end of this video I will also show you an example of where I used this myself. Anyways, now it's time for this tower right here, the 4x4 one. Only it's not actually 4x4, it's not a square, it's round, because round looks better. Alright, so I'm just gonna give a tutorial as if you haven't watched all of this yet, which is probably the case. So as you can see, we have 3 stages right here. This one is just for determining the main shape of the roof. Next we add some more blocks to make it look like it's actually a sloped roof. And then if you are building this out of blocks that have walls or fences, I will also be showing you how you can incorporate these. Anyways, let's say this is the top of your tower. Then the first thing we're gonna add is a rim going all the way around. This will give it some more depth, and it also just looks good if there is a bit of an overhang. Next we're gonna go in by 1 block, and we're gonna raise this by 2 blocks above this layer right here. So you're just gonna be building this right on top of the stone tower, Of course, it's not going to be on top of stone bricks if your tower is not made from stone bricks. But you get the idea. Basically, you just want to build it straight on top of the base of the tower. So again, we have this rim right here. Then we went inwards by 1 block and up by 2 blocks. And next we're going to go in by 1 more block and raise this up by 4 blocks, just like that. And you want to do that all the way around. And there we go. So we have 1, 2, and 4. And next we're going to create 1 more layer, and this one is going to be 5 tall. I think that's 5 blocks. Yes, it is. And there we go. That is our first step done. Now we will be turning this tower into this. I'm going to try to make it as clear as possible. The first step is going into these corners where you're looking at the build diagonally, and you want to raise these 2 corner blocks by 1 block. Next we're going to go up by 1 layer and again raise these corner blocks by 1 block, and then your tower looks a little bit like this. Next we're going to go to these 2 blocks right here, and we're going to raise the right one by 2 blocks, and we want to do that all the way around, making sure that you always choose the right block. Next we're going to jump to the second layer. This one still looks pretty flat, so I think we're going to have to go to the left block over here. So it's the opposite of what we've done on the previous layer. And again, raise this one by 2 blocks and make sure you do the exact same on both sides. Well, not both, there are 4 sides, but you get what I mean. And there we go. Now our top is still looking a little bit flat. So we're going to go to this block right here and just raise it by 3 blocks. Then you want to go across diagonally and raise this one by 4. And there you go, that is your roof completed. Now you might have noticed that I am making this out of a block that doesn't have any of the slabs and stair variants, which is totally fine, it still looks good. But if you're building this out of wood or out of any material that has fences or walls, then you can actually detail it a little bit more with these slabs at the bottom and fences on the roof itself. Now again, I would recommend building this with a block that has vertical lines going down like I used here with my stripped wood and my polished basalt, because it just breaks up the build a little bit more when the edges of the blocks are just a little bit darker, and it looks a lot better than just using, for example, spruce planks. Anyways, if you're using a material that either has fences or walls, then you can also decorate it a little bit further by doing this. So you're gonna go to the very bottom layer of your tower, and you want to place just an extra rim going all the way around it in the corners. Now I am using dark oak wood slabs for the sake of this video and because it's a lot clearer to see where everything goes. But of course, if you're building a roof, try using the block that fits it the most. You don't want to make a wooden roof with end stone walls. That would not look good at all. Anyways, grab your fences or walls, and on these 2 blocks you want to place 1 fence on this one and 2 going up like that, and again doing this all the way around. Next you want to go to these 2 blocks right here and place 1 fence on top of them, again going all the way around. Now for these 3 blocks you just want to place 1 fence right on top, and then you turn around the tower and do it again, turn around, do it again, and there we go. And then finally just place 1 more fence on top of this block going all the way around. So at this point you should only have the top of the roof still not covered in fences. Now we want to place 2 fences. So on this block right here you want to place 2 fences going up like that, and also on the last layer. So the top is right there, and then the layer below that has 2 fences, and the next layer below that also has 2. And then for the very top you want to place 1 fence on this block right here and 2 of them at the highest point of the roof. And there you go. It looks absolutely hideous because I'm not using the right materials. So I hope you got at least the shape of the roof down. Now I want to show you where I've used this roof design right here myself. A few weeks ago I built this absolutely ginormous palace. And if you take a look at this big tower right here, you can see that this is where I have used my little 2x2 tower roof design. And it looks pretty cool. I'm really happy with it. But anyways, that was it for this tutorial. I really hope you were able to create a nice looking roof for yourself. I really hope my tutorial was clear. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you, hopefully, in the next video. Goodbye.